I want you to do something for me real quick, okay? Go pull up your LinkedIn profile right now. Look at your headline. Got it? Now, does it say something like coach helping women live their best life or Christian entrepreneur passionate about purpose or helping people reach their full potential? Sis, that is why you don't have clients. It's not the algorithm. It's not your posting schedule. It's not because you need a better Canva template or a ring light, which I actually need one today because the sun isn't shining. And it's not you need another certification. It's none of that. Your headline is talking to everybody and reaching nobody. And until we fix that, nothing else is going to work the way you want it to. That is what we're going to get into today. And I promise by the time this video is over, you're going to look at your profile completely differently. Hey, beautiful. Welcome to the Launch Your Coaching Ministry podcast. I am Monique Addison-Stinson. And listen, here's the truth. Corporate may have given you a title, but God gave you a calling. If you're a Christian woman over 40 who's ready to stop tying your worth to your job and step into your God-given ministry, then this is your space. I show you how to package your corporate skills into kingdom work and get paid for it. Listen, my mom taught me something very powerful. If I don't bet on myself, who will? Now I help women just like you stop making excuses and start making moves, turning your experience into the coaching ministry God's been preparing you for this whole time. So, are you ready to launch? Let's go, sis. Let me tell you about the season I refused to pick a lane. Girl, when I was a burnout prevention coach, I knew a lot of things. I still know a lot of things. I was a licensed minister in the AME church. I had 20 plus years in corporate that included district sales manager experience. And I was also an HR professional later in my career. And a certification in health coaching from one of the most recognized institutions. And I also had a certification in stress management. I also had my own lived burnout story that could apply to almost anyone dealing with almost anything. And I thought that was an asset. I thought knowing a lot meant I should offer a lot. I did not want to turn anybody away. I wanted to help everybody who needed any kind of help. So I kept everything broad. My content was everywhere. I had 10 links in my bio to all kinds of random offers. My messaging was vague, and it was vague enough to apply to anyone, any working woman in any situation in any stage of life. Just randomness. And then someone reached out finally wanting to work with me. I was all excited, but then I sat there reading their message thinking, they have absolutely no idea what I actually do. And I don't really want to work with this person. Ew. That was the moment. That was the moment right there because I had been so busy trying to reach everyone. I had accidentally attracted someone I didn't even want to work with. My vague message had done exactly what vague messages do. It confused the wrong person into reaching out, and it kept the right people from finding me at all. So here's what I see all the time, and it might be you right now. Okay, listen. She's posting consistently. She is showing up consistently. She is creating content consistently, writing the captions, trying different things, and she cannot figure out why nobody is engaging, why the followers are not converting, why she is putting in the work and getting nothing back. So she decides she needs to post more. Or maybe her content is just not good enough. Or maybe she should just quit. I'm done. I'm like done and just focus on continuing to work at this job that she's grown to hate. And listen, none of that is the real problem, sis. None of it. The real problem is her LinkedIn headline says, helping women live with purpose and passion. And her posts this week were about her morning routine. There was a Bible verse that she liked, a motivational quote about success, and something about a podcast she had heard. Sound familiar? Nowhere in any of that does it say who she helps, what problem she solves, why someone should stop scrolling and think that is exactly what I need. Now get this, there is a part of your brain called the reticular activating system. It is the filter that decides what is worth paying attention to. So when you're thinking about buying a red car, for instance, and suddenly you start seeing red cars everywhere, they were always there. Your brain just started flagging them as relevant. Your ideal client's brain works the exact same way, obviously, right? When your message is specific enough to match what she is already looking for, her brain lights up and says, that is for me. But when your message could apply to any woman in any situation, her brain files it under, yeah, that ain't for me. And I'm going to just keep scrolling on by. So she's not ignoring you. She just doesn't recognize herself in what you're saying or posting about. And that is a you problem, not a her problem. Now, there's research backing this up completely, by the way. Specialists earn 20 to 30% more than generalists, not because they are better coaches, because the right person can actually find them. A vague message is invisible, but a specific message is magnetic. Now, here's the part that most coaches will not say out loud. She knows she should pick a niche. She has actually heard this hundreds of times. She has watched countless videos, read countless posts, gotten all the advice. She knows. She meaning you. But she still has not done it. And she tells herself it's because she genuinely helps all kinds of people. I'm multi-passionate. Or because she doesn't want to limit herself. Or because she's still figuring out her direction and praying about it. But if you press her, if you actually sit with her and ask the real question, what comes up is something more honest. She'll probably say, what if I choose wrong? What if I pick a lane and it doesn't work? What if I niche down like everybody tells me to do and nobody shows up? What if I finally say, this is my person and she doesn't want me? That is actually a courage problem because staying vague feels safe. Nobody can reject a message that does not actually say anything. Nobody can say no to an offer that is not pointing at them. Vagueness is a kind of protection. It is a way of putting yourself out there without actually putting yourself out there. But here's what that protection is actually costing her, you. Every month she stays vague, she is attracting inquiries from people she doesn't even want to work with. She's confusing the women who would pay her and refer her and cry in her comments because her content finally said exactly what they needed to hear. She is exhausting herself creating content for nobody in particular and wondering why nobody in particular is responding. Staying vague actually has a price tag and it comes out of your pocket every single month. Well, listen, God did not give you a specific story and a specific corporate background and a specific set of experiences so you can offer a little something to everybody. He gave you exactly what a very specific woman desperately needs right now. Think about how God works, okay? When he called Moses, he did not say, go help the general population with whatever they need. He said, go to Pharaoh, go to Egypt, go to this specific king and this specific place for this specific people. When he called Esther, he did not say, use your influence wherever it might be helpful. He said, you were made for this specific moment, with these specific people in this specific palace. Every calling in the Bible is specific because every assignment from God is precise. And if he spent 20 plus years building your corporate experience, shaping your story, and pulling you through everything that you have been through, do you really think he did all of that so you could post vague inspiration on Instagram or LinkedIn and hope somebody figures out what you do? Choosing your niche is not closing a door on the women you cannot serve. It is finally opening the door for the women you were made for. There is a woman out there right now searching for exactly what you have, but she can't find you because you haven't been specific enough to show up in her search. And real quick, before we keep going, if you are watching this and you're thinking, okay, this sounds great, but I genuinely do not know what kind of coach I'm supposed to be, I have something just for you. It's a free quiz. It's called What Type of Faith-Based Coach Are You Secretly Meant to Be? And it will show you in about 3 minutes exactly where your gifts are pointing. This is your starting point before anything else, okay? This is where you start. You need to know what type of coach you are, then you can move forward. So I will put the link in the description. So go take that after you watch this video. Now, if you're listening to the Launch Your Coaching Ministry podcast, I'll put the link in the show notes. Okay, so let's actually do something because I don't want you to leave this video or this podcast feeling convicted and then still do nothing. Okay, we're about action over here. So here's some homework for you, and it has 3 parts. So the first thing is that I want you to go to your LinkedIn headline today. If you can go right now, go right now. Okay, it needs to answer 3 questions in 1 sentence. Who do you help? What do you help them do? And what is the result they get? Now, keep in mind, LinkedIn headlines have about a 220 character limit, and shorter headlines get more attention. So a good example for my niche is helping Christian women over 40 package their corporate skills into kingdom income. Okay, so that's an example for my niche. That is very specific. That is findable. That is a headline that makes the right woman stop and say, wait, that is for me. That's me. I need to reach out to her. So let me know in the comments what your new headline will be. Second, audit your last 10 posts. So pull them up and read through them and ask yourself honestly, will my ideal client know from these posts that I am the person who can solve her specific problem? Now, if the answer is no, for more than half of those posts, you have your diagnosis. Your content is about you and your interests and not about her and her problem. Think about posting content that she would find interesting and that she would find helpful 80% of the time. And then third, I want you to practice saying your niche out loud, not typing it, saying it out loud in your actual voice. Because one of the reasons women stay vague on their profiles is because they have never said the specific thing out loud, and it still feels strange when they say it, when they eventually say it. So say it about 10 times a day until it feels normal. Your brain needs to hear you claim it before it will believe you have claimed it. And here's what happened when I finally did all 3 of these things. I did not just get clients, I got the right clients, the women I actually wanted to work with, the ones whose problems I was built to solve, the ones who made me excited about walking into my office and turning on my computer every single morning. So here's what I need you to walk away with today. Your lack of engagement is not a content problem. Your empty DMs are not a platform problem. Your vague headline is a branding problem. Okay, it's a branding problem. We are all the same problem. And that problem has a name. You have not chosen your person yet. You haven't. And every day you do not choose her is another day she cannot find you. The women who are getting clients and growing their audiences and building real coaching businesses, they're not necessarily better coaches than you. They're just clearer. Their ideal client can read their headline or their bio and immediately think, that is for me. Their posts speak to one specific person with one specific problem. Their content does not try to be everything to everyone. You can do this. You already know who your person is. You probably have known for a while. The only thing left is to say it out loud and start showing up for her specifically. Choose your person. Say who she is and what you solve out loud and build your content for her. So if this video or podcast, if you're listening, just diagnosed something you have been wondering for about a month or so, the next step is to grab my mini course, The Christian Woman's Blueprint to Your First Coaching Clients. It will walk you through exactly how to package your expertise into a clear offer finally, price it with confidence, and then land your first clients finally once you know exactly who you are building for. I will put the link to that in the description. And if you're listening to the Launch Your Coaching Ministry podcast, I'll make sure to add that link to the show notes. And listen, if you are not already subscribed to this channel, what is going on? What are you doing? Because listen, go ahead and subscribe, because every single week we have real conversations about building real coaching businesses the way that God wants us to. So you need to go and subscribe, sis. All right, beautiful. That's a wrap on today's episode. If you're sitting there thinking, okay, all right, I am so ready to stop talking about this and actually do something about it, then here's what I need you to do right now. Head on over to businesschurchlife.com. That's businesschurchlife, all one word.com. And that's where you'll find everything you'll need to turn that corporate experience into the coaching ministry that you've been called to build. Now, whether you're just getting started or you're ready to dive deep, I've got resources waiting for you that'll help you stop spinning your wheels and start making some real progress. And hey, if this episode hit you right in the feels, do me a favor, leave me a quick rating and a review, then share it with another woman who needs to hear this message. Those reviews help more women find us, and we're building a movement here that starts with women just like you who are brave enough to bet on themselves. I'll see you next week, same time, same place. Until then, stop making excuses and start making moves.